Hello everybody, welcome back to Miss Manning's amazing art class. Today I'm going to show you how we are going to turn our flat two-dimensional pieces of paper into a three-dimensional kinetic sculpture. Yes, we are making a pinwheel. What we're going to need to do first is get our papers, our pinwheel papers. Notice your name and class code on your papers already. First thing we need to do is grab a Sharpie marker, and we are going to share the marker with the table because we don't have enough for everybody. What we're going to do is anywhere on your pinwheel, write your name and your class code using the Sharpie marker. I would recommend that you pick somewhere like kind of in the middle of a triangle. I'm going to go over here because my name is going to fit nicely in this little straight lines that I made. So I'm going to write my name, Miss Manning, and my class code. Cap your markers and then pass it on to your neighbor. So now that I've got my name and class code on my pinwheel inside the square, it is time to cut it out. To cut our pinwheels out, we are going to follow the black outlines that go all the way around the square that we talked about last time. We are cutting only the black lines, cutting off our names that we wrote on the outside the first time. That's why we wrote our names inside with the Sharpie marker. We're going to be cutting and following the black lines. Notice how I'm just cutting it right off. And everybody should end up with the same square. There. I'm just going to put my scissors down and put these scraps in the recycling bin. And then flip it so that you can see those black diagonal lines that are inside the square. Notice how the diagonal lines, they start in the corner and they travel into the center and stop. They don't go all the way to the middle. They stop right here. Your job is to cut the black diagonal lines. You are going to follow that diagonal line, and when the line stops, so do you. You do not want to continue to cut all the way to the middle. Do not do that. You are only following the black diagonal line. When it stops, so do your scissors. Cut all 4 shallow diagonal lines. And then you are all done with your scissors. Put them away. Now comes the fun part. We're going to take this flat piece of paper, and what we're actually going to do is bend the paper corners into the middle. Now, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to skip this corner, grab this corner, fold it into the middle. Notice how I'm not creasing it. I'm just letting the paper bend into a beautiful curve. I'm not going to grab this corner, this one. This one gets bent into the middle. I'm not going to get this one, but this one. This one gets bent into the middle. Now you can see that's a pinwheel, but if you let go, it all comes apart. So what we need to do is grab a pin from the pin container. One pin only. Be careful. They are sewing pins. They have a sharp point, like a needle. You're going to take the pin. I have my center black dot facing up. I'm going to take a corner. I'm going to poke my pin carefully through the corner. See how I have a little bit of paper left? I didn't go right to the edge. I pinned it close to the edge, but not on it. Now, you're going to skip this corner, grab this corner. Folding it in, you're going to pin it, going from the back. Ta-da! Turn your paper, skip that corner, grab this one, fold it over, stab it through the back. Oops. Carefully. Turn your paper. No. Yes. And we are going to push our pin through the last corner. Now we're going to pick it up. See how I've gathered all of my corners close to the head of my pin? Now what you need to do is locate that middle black dot. See right there? Boom. You're going to take your pin and push it through carefully, all the way through. You're going to push on the head of the pin until you get the whole pin popping through. You can hold the pin and look, there's your beautiful pinwheel. But we need to put it on something. That's where we grab a pencil. Brand spanking new. Doesn't have to be though. What's really important though is that it has a full intact eraser, because that is where we're going to push our pin through. So carefully push the pin into the eraser, almost straight down the middle, and push it through. You don't have to push it all the way because it doesn't spin very well, but for now just do that so your pinwheel stays on your pencil. Next, it's kind of dangerous to just let this sharp point dangle out, so come see Miss Manning. I'm going to take some pliers, grab the end of the pin and just bend it into a little right angle. Check that out. Boom, boom, 90 degrees. Now what you're going to do is turn that little angle and then push it up against the pencil. Now you're not going to stab yourself, but just to make sure you're not going to stab yourself, grab a little piece of tape, tiny little piece of masking tape, and you can just cover up that needle end. Boom, baby proofed. And then there you have it. Got yourself a pinwheel, also known as a kinetic sculpture. Have fun.